Welcome. In this video, we're going to do an unboxing of the second edition of Valeria Card Kingdoms. So down at the table, this is the game I just recently got. So this is the second edition for Valeria Card Kingdoms. And the art is definitely something that has pulled me into this. So this is a game for 1 to 5 players, ages 10 and up, and about 30 to 45 minutes to play. And it does make a note down here, second edition is compatible with first edition expansions. So in this game, the Kingdom of Valeria is once again under attack from legions of undead, goblins, and many more nightmarish creatures. King of Valeria, in his old age, lacks the strength to protect our great kingdom. In Valeria Card Kingdoms, you play as a duke or a duchess with the power to hire citizens, buy domains, and slay monsters to bring peace to Valeria and become its next ruler. Each round, a player rolls dice to see which citizen powers are activated for everyone at the table. On your turn, use your actions to recruit citizens for their ongoing benefits, buy domains for their unique powers, or slay monsters for rewards and victory points. Do you have what it takes to outwit your opponents and become the next ruler of Valeria? Well, in solo mode, we might find out if I can do it, but at least show you if you can do it. So inside, we have our rule book, and let's see how many pages. 15 pages. On the back, just some card clarifications and concepts. In the front, we have a quick story of Valeria. Open it up, going over our game material or components, game setup here. Then an overview of the game. And then the different types of actions and icons we'll see. Card anatomy. More on the card anatomies. And then different variants. So I think this main game is for 2 to 4 players. Then in the back here, we'll have a 5-player variant. Of course, there's a monster event variant, mixed citizens, and a no duke variant. And then a solo mode variant. And then some cards that we will definitely be taking a look at here in a bit. Some of our components. So a couple 6-sided dice with huge numbers on them. A little bit bigger than the normal size dice you'll see. So just for comparison, that's what I consider a normal size die. But most importantly, how do they roll? Double 5s, we can live with that. Then we have some wooden tokens. So these are going to represent, let's see, the red ones are strength, the yellow is gold, blue is magic, and the purple is victory points. So there's 5 each of those. And then all the other components are nicely wrapped here. So first we have our 5 player boards that are punch boards. So go ahead and quickly get those out. And looks to be normal or a little bit thicker than what I consider good token quality. So closer look to tracker stats. And then on the back, I believe all of those are going to be the same. Yep. Then a few more punch boards with more of our resources and +10 markers. Closer look at those. And not sure what these are going to be. Just 2 purple dividers maybe. Maybe they slide in just like that. Then we have a whole lot of dividers for everything we're going to see. So just normal sized paper stock there. Let's see, front and backs. Looks to be the same. So we've got some dividers for clerics, monks, blacksmiths, merchants, they're mercenaries, alchemists, archers, wizards, peasants, knights, rogues, thieves, champions, warlords, priestess, paladins, miners, and butchers. And then we have, I guess, our locations for hills, ruins, barrens, forest, the valley. Make sure nothing different on the back. No swamp, mountains, and a cavern. Then for domains. Then exhausted events and monster events. Then the dukes. And reference cards, starter peasants, starter knights, and starter herald dividers. And another pack of cards for us to check out. So I've got all the components laid out here, so I'll start taking a look at those. So first with the card, I mean, the card quality to me is average to maybe a little bit better. So we've got 5 player aids going over the game flow and all the icons on the back, so we can get an easy reference to everything we're going to see on the cards there. So real quick, just going over the phases. Roll phase, active player rolls both dice. Easy enough. I got a 4 and a 6. These dice are pretty good. Harvest phase, citizens and starters activate the value of each die and the sum of both dice. We'll see what that does when we start looking at those. The active player harvests from the left side of their cards, all the other players from the right side. Action phase, the active player takes 2 actions from the following. You may mix or match, so you can slay a monster, build a domain, recruit a citizen, and or gain a resource. Then end phase, the active player passes a dice to their left. The in-game conditions, the game ends at the end of a round after all players have taken an equal number of turns, when the number of exhausted stacks equals 2 times the number of players, where all monsters are slain or all domains are built, and this is a victory point game, so the player with the most victory points is going to be the winner. And like I said, all the icons are there nicely displayed for us on the back. So we're going to start with our starter cards. So in this game, we're basically building a tableau of cards, starting with the peasant. So up here, this is the activation. So with a die roll of a 5, we would activate this character. The person whose turn it is activates the left side, and everyone else activates the right side. But in this case, everyone's going to get 1 gold coin. And then the knight, on a roll of a 6, which I rolled, everyone's going to get some strength. And then the herald works a little bit different. He's going to activate if doubles are rolled or if you haven't activated any of your cards in play. So basically that's just, you're going to get a resource. So if the dice hate you, you're still going to get something anyway. Then we have the dukes. So at the beginning of the game, you're going to get a duke, and this is going to be secret to you. You'll look at it, and that's going to kind of explain your in-game victory points. So it's letting you know what type of cards we're trying to build in your tableau. So helps for victory points times cards you purchase. So just have several different characters there, all given a little bit different bonuses. So just a few of those. Then the bulk of the game is going to be this big citizen stack. We'll just start here. So very much like our starters, we got an activation up here for a die roll. Then on this side, it's letting us know their roll, which might be tied to what our victory point conditions from the Duke is, how much gold they cost, their name, and then what you get when you roll the dice versus what everyone else gets when you roll the dice for them and they have this character. So the clerics, the monks. So like see here, if I rolled the dice and it was a 1, I'd get a gold coin and 2 magic. But everyone else that has this card could spend a gold coin to get 2 magic. And then we have the blacksmith, the merchant, mercenary, an alchemist, the archer. I just love the artwork in this game. The wizard, and a peasant. So it's the same thing. You just get more of them so they can double activate if you have multiples of it. This one does also have a roll attached to it. And the rest of them, we have another knight, then a rogue, a thief, a champion, warlord, the priestess, a paladin, the butcher, and a miner. Then we can move on to our monsters. So looking at these cards, up top we're going to show the area they're from, the type of monster they are, their strength, victory points, their name, and a reward for taking them out. Got some pretty little goblins. Ooh. Let's see here, a goblin mage, and then a goblin king, then some skeletons, a flaming skeleton, and the Skeleton King, and a Treant, the Bane Spider, and the Spider Queen, an Owlbear, a Giant, and a Troll, a Dire Bear, an Orc Warrior, an Orc Chieftain, Gelatinous Cube. It's definitely something you don't want to run into when you're sprinting through the dungeons. Basilisk, the Swamp Dragon, Gargoyle, the Wraith, the Witch Queen, and some kobolds, the Gold Golem, and a Red Dragon. Then we have some domain cards. So up here, it's going to let us know the requirements to get into the play. So you can't play this unless you've played characters that have enough symbols equaling that. It's also going to give you the cost, name, and victory points, and an ability you'd get. So some different things there. Got a Grimwater Keep, Palace of the Dawn, Stronghold, the Desert Orchard, nice Perch, a Truce, Rogue's Landing, Watcher on the Water, Violet Thorn, and Forgotten Shadows. And lastly, exhausted cards. So once you go through stacks out of the tableau, you'll fill them up with an exhausted card. So this is the back side. Base game, just going to be blank. But if you up the difficulty with one of the variants, other beasts are going to come out, and depending on the die roll, other things are going to happen. So we've got a Corrupted Cleric, a Giant Leech, a Bat Swarm, Sorcerer, a Mimic, and some Kobold Thieves. So that is everything in Valeria Card Kingdoms. As always, hope you enjoyed this unboxing. If so, please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.